In Europe, there is a banknote worth 500 euros. It's one of the most valuable banknotes in the world. But here is the strange part. Most Europeans have never used it. Many stores refuse to accept it, and the European Central Bank actually stopped printing it. So why does this banknote exist at all? And why did Europe quietly decide to get rid of it? The story of the 500 euro note is not really about money. It's about crime, economics, and a banknote that became too useful for the wrong people. The euro was introduced on January 1st, 1999. At that time, it became the shared currency of more than 300 million people across Europe. But for the first 3 years, the euro didn't actually exist as physical money. There were no coins and banknotes. The currency was used only in accounting and electronic payments, while people continued to pay with their national currencies. That changed on January 1st, 2002. On that day, euro banknotes and coins officially entered circulation, replacing the national currencies of 12 European countries. Among them was a newly introduced 500 euro banknote. At the time, it became one of the highest value banknotes anywhere in the world. The design followed a common theme used for all euro banknotes. However, instead of real landmarks, the notes feature fictional bridges and gateways representing different periods of European architecture. The 500 euro note represents modern architecture of the 20th century. And like all euro banknotes, it includes a map of Europe, the European Union flag, and multiple security features designed to prevent counterfeiting. At first, the 500 euro note circulated just like any other banknote, but over time, something unusual started to happen. The main problem with the 500 euro banknote was its extremely high value. At 500 euros, it was far larger than highest banknotes used in most other major currencies. In the United States, the largest circulating note is the $100 bill, and in the United Kingdom it is a 50-pound note. Because of this, very large amounts of money could be concentrated into a small physical space. 1 million euros in 500 euro notes requires only 2,000 banknotes, making it easy to transport or hide large sums of cash. This characteristic made the banknote particularly attractive for criminal activity. Cash-based crimes such as money laundering, drug trafficking, and tax evasion often rely on moving large amounts of money discreetly, and high-value banknotes make that much easier. As a result, the 500 euro note developed a reputation for being heavily used in the underground economy. Some European currencies had also used high-value banknotes before the euro. Germany had the 1000 Deutschmark note, Austria had the 5000 shilling note, and the Netherlands had the 1000 Gulder note. However, the scale of the euro was very different. Before the euro, the number of these high-value notes in circulation was relatively small. When the euro was introduced, the European Central Bank ordered the production of more than 370 million 500 euro banknotes, even before the new currency entered circulation in 2002. In practice, these notes rarely appeared in everyday transactions. Most people almost never saw them in shops or restaurants. Because of this, they received a popular nickname, the Bin Laden banknote, a note that everyone knew existed, but the few people had ever actually seen. Law enforcement agencies also began noticing unusual patterns in how the notes circulated. In the United Kingdom, authorities found that a large majority of 500 euro banknotes sold by exchange offices were linked to organized crime. In fact, one analysis suggested that around 90% of them ended up in the hands of criminal groups. In 2010, money exchange offices in the United Kingdom were banned from selling the 500 euro note because of its connection to money laundering. Another unusual pattern appeared in Spain. By 2006, about a quarter of all 500 euro banknotes in circulation were located within Spanish borders, far more than expected for an economy of that size. Over time, concerns about these banknotes became widespread among regulators and law enforcement agencies across Europe. High-value banknotes were increasingly seen as a tool that made large-scale cash crimes easier to organize and harder to detect. Today, the 500 euro banknote still technically exists. but its role in the European economy has largely faded. In 2016, the European Central Bank announced that the note would no longer be included in the new Europa series of Euro banknotes. Production was gradually stopped, and by 2019, the printing of new 500 euro notes had officially ended. The banknote remains legal tender, which means it can still be exchanged at banks and national central banks. However, it is rarely used in everyday transactions. Many businesses across Europe are reluctant to accept it, and in some places it is simply refused. Over the years, the note has developed a strong association with money laundering and organized crime. Because of this reputation, the 500 euro note has slowly disappeared from circulation. What was once the most valuable banknote in Europe is now becoming one of the rarest.